Hey everybody, welcome. This is Maestro. We're testing out YouTube Live for the first time in a while. Want to see what changes were made, if there's any improvements. So I see there's quite a few changes actually. One of the changes I can't quite wrap my head around. I seem to be blocked into portrait only mode, which I don't understand at all. Before we had a choice of portrait or landscape. But every time I try to do landscape, it blocks me. So I'm not quite sure what that's about. But there are some new options. I see you can do invited live streams, which is quite interesting. I have to give those a try. Ciao from Austin, Texas, y'all. Hey, ATX Michael. Playing crazy. Good afternoon, Euro. Elizabeth, hello there. Good to find you live. Thank you. I'm glad you're here. So I'm kind of testing out YouTube Live. Give me an idea what the video quality is like, the audio quality. I tested Twitter Live a few minutes ago and tested Heckle before that. Look at this. We have all these children here. And we have the river. Here you can see the name of the bridge. Let's get a closer look. And Notre Dame Cathedral had a fire here back in 2019. Been closed ever since, but it is expected to open next year. So that'll be good. Euro is back, says Uncle Chuckles. So, Uncle Chuckles, I was explaining that it seems like YouTube is only doing portrait now. Video looks good. The audio is a bit scratchy. Let me, thanks for that comment. Let me try something else with the audio and see if it gets any better. Scratchy does not sound good. Okay, we're at the 3-minute mark. I just changed the audio at 3:11. Is the audio still scratching? Video quality just dropped. Oh, that's interesting. How's the audio quality? Much better. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Video and audio is good. Well, that's good. That hasn't always been the case with YouTube. So let's get a closer look at the cathedral. And I'm doing this without my gimbal, so it might be a little bit shaky. But if the quality is good, I'll start doing these with gimbal again, and then it should be very smooth. You can see all the people here. There's so many kids here. Look at all the kids. Audio is good now. Video dropped before the audio went good. Yeah, I don't know what's causing that. we'll do some more tests during the week and see if it makes a difference if I start out with the other audio. Sounds like the way to go. How about the gas explosion? Glad you're safe. I'm glad I'm safe too. So that explosion was right over in that direction in the fifth. So yeah, not far from here actually. Audio and video have been fine for me, says Darcy. Well, that's good to know. Video looks just slightly out of focus. Well, it is an overcast day, so that might be part of it. You see, they have this seating area in front of Notre Dame. And as I said earlier, next year it is expected to be, could be my connection. I'll try it tomorrow with a newer iPhone and see what the connection is like. I also have to check my YouTube settings because I didn't check to see if they're optimized. You know, there's a trade-off between the quality and the latency. So it's probably a middle setting right now. So we'll give that a try. So it's a nice day today. Much cooler than it has been. I had been in like the low 30s, high 20s, and I think it must be a little bit lower today. Feels like 23 or so. You just change your settings to high quality. Yes, but I may have to also change my settings. So we'll see. I'll try to do a couple of tests, at least 2 or 3 tests a week till we get it just right. This guy's filming Notre Dame. Oh. Just one. Little girl with her balloons. So I think we'll check out Shakespeare Company. How's the cathedral restoration going? Well, they expect to be able to open next year, but I think they're really talking about the very end of next year, like December. So it'll be a nice Christmas gift. It'll be a nice Christmas gift. It would be better if they could speed it up a little bit because we have the Summer Olympics next year, 2024. So we'll have a lot of tourists over the summer. And it would be great, of course, if those summer tourists would be able to see Notre Dame, the inside. But it looks like that probably won't happen. English books. So you see here typical Parisian street here, uh, just for pedestrians, obviously. Cobblestone with restaurants and cafes along the side. You notice people like to eat outside. And then we have, of course, quality here is much better than Twitter. Shop, that's what I wanted to know. Thanks so much. That's what I was trying to find out. Twitter always is very blurry for me. I have seen some people post some really high quality videos. I don't know if they were live. Maybe that's why. Maybe they weren't live videos. And that's why they were so good. There's the Wallace Fountain once again. We need Periscope to come back. We really do. There's a small possibility. I always used to say never, ever, ever. But Elon Musk does seem to be intrigued by Twitter videos. So who knows? He might do it. Hello from Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Glad to see you live streaming again. Thank you, Diana. Yeah, maybe if people are interested, we can make this a thing again. There's Shakespeare Company. Should we go through this little park? I hear the birds chirping. So we have these cute little parks. And one thing we have in Paris, look at this, Paris Wi-Fi. So all of the parks have free Wi-Fi in them. So if you're from out of town and you don't have access to Wi-Fi, just head to one of the parks and you can get Wi-Fi. You see all the tourist groups here. You can see the Notre Dame from the side. You can see the flying buttresses there, and you see all the scaffolding, so you can see all the restoration work. Charlene, hi from South UK, where we struggle to get any Wi-Fi. Charlene, I can appreciate that. So I was actually living in London. I just got back from doing that a little over a year ago, and I spent a little over a year, I guess like a year and a half in London. So it was quite nice. Now this is the oldest tree in Paris. You can see it's quite old. You can see it has sort of like a little crutch here, helping to hold this up. So this tree was planted in the early 17th century. So at the time of Jamestown, they were planting a tree here. How do you manage to travel around? Well, it's not easy sometimes. How's the temperature there? You're 26 here. So I don't know the exact temperature. I think it's around 23, if I'm not mistaken, which is a little today than it has been recently. So look at this church here. This is considered the oldest church in Paris. And look, it's a Greek Melkite Catholic church. Greek Melkite Catholic Church. Oh, wow. If I'd known that was there, we'd come to see it. We were very close to it. Yeah, this is literally right across from Notre Dame. So let me see. You can see it there peeking through the trees. So immediately across the river from Notre Dame's very short walk, like not even a 2-minute walk. And you have this nice little park. You have the oldest tree, but you have this oldest church. And what's interesting about it, this church is about 16 years older than Notre Dame, but you can see the architecture is very different. So you have Notre Dame there, which is in a classic Gothic architecture, which allows it to be very tall and have those big stained glass windows and brings in a lot of light. Uh, and that was due to some architectural innovations like those flying buttresses. Um, but this was the architecture that was used before Gothic, which is a Roman architecture. And you see the windows much smaller and so not as much light. If the church is open, we'll peek inside for a minute, and you'll see it's quite dark. Looks like it's oh maybe it is open. Hard to tell. Oh, it's open, so I'm gonna have to be quiet while we're inside. But you'll see right away the differences. Also, some differences because of the type of church. All right. So I didn't want to talk obviously inside the church, but you got a little taste that you could see how it's much darker than a Gothic church. And one of the things you might have noticed is the wall in the front, instead of what you see in most Christian churches, which is like more open. Um, so there's doors there to the sanctuary. And so when the service is there, those doors open up. But when the priest does the mass, right, it's similar to what you may have seen in an Eastern Orthodox church. The priest does not face the congregation. He faces towards the front of the church. So the people in the congregation see the back of the priest. Elizabeth says that, yes, it was. The streets are called. And look at the building here. So almost all of Paris has this similar architecture, stone architecture. But you see here a building which is a medieval construction. You can see how the medieval housing is very different. This is so taking me back. If you could only see my smile. Well, look, you just made my day just by saying that. I'm so happy that this brings a smile to people, which is, the whole reason, basically, that I started doing this a long time. Wow, James, for a long time. It's been so long that a European war started since your last go. Who would have thought we could say that? That is true, right? We're in uh, we're in some craziest times, very potentially perilous times. James Bourne identity, but yeah, I was really touched. I was working with an American film producer and TV producer at one point. He really liked my live streams, and I liked his work. And he was look. That's what my gimbal looks like. So if you want to know what I look like when I'm carrying a gimbal, you got an idea right there. Because this guy is walking around with his gimbal. Uh, so it's just a small handheld device that holds the camera steady, which I'm not using today, but I will use going forward in the future. So what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so I was working with this American film TV producer, and he had an idea. He liked my live streams, so his idea was to take these live streams and bring them to hospitals, nursing homes, senior citizen residences, so places basically where people don't get out very much, and they could see live streams of various cities around the world. So I was going to travel for that program and give some commentary. And because it's live, you can answer their questions. You can go to specific places of interest of theirs and stuff like that. And so we did a couple of test projects, like pilots. And one of the things that happened, so I wasn't there, right? Because this was in the States, so I wasn't there. Um, he did this in the States, but he gave me one board of directors, and he pointed out there were people that were literally crying, if you can imagine, cries of happiness and joys of being able to see either things that they never thought they'd be able to see, or reminding them of memories that they've had from years ago when they were here. And just the thought of that, made me so happy that that there would be people that would be so overjoyed by the experience, like literally overwhelmed, because I hadn't thought about that, but I could see how that could be very important for some people, and so I was glad we were able to do that for a little bit. So here we have classic Parisian architecture, but you see they updated the windows. So you see in the center there, those are sort of updated modern windows, and you see the classic windows elsewhere, and you see the wrought iron railings. You are my legs. I've missed our walks. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Hey, Euro. I miss you, man. I saw the news. There was a big explosion. Yeah, so that big explosion was in my neighborhood. Luckily, I wasn't around when it happened, but it was fairly close to home. And I guess the building collapsed, and it was a fire, and looks pretty bad. Looks pretty bad. All right. Well, I think this is a good test. I'm going to check the video out. We'll do some more tests. I'm quite pleased you guys were here. I'll start doing some more tests, trying to figure out when's the best time to do these for you guys. Those videos of city life from early 20th century are remarkable. People, probably similar experience to those people. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, I watched those early 20th century videos. Some of you may have seen them. A lot of them have been colorized. Your voice has changed in the last. My voice changes like day to day, week to week. So I don't know why it changes, but it does change. Sometimes it's a little lower, a little higher. I don't know. But happy to hear and see that you are back. Have a blessed week. Well, thank you, Diana. You too. So I'm going to hop on the Metro and we'll do more of these broadcasts. And hopefully we can make it at a regular time. Feel free to send me your email because there is a notifications on. Well, there's even a better thing that YouTube does now that they didn't do in the past. And when I do a video, I can send out invitations to people. So if you want to be on a list, let me know. Put it in the comments, I guess. And when I do these videos in the future, I can invite you so we can all be in the video at the same time. And maybe I can start putting together a program of, what I'm going to be shooting a video of. If I'm going to a particular museum or a particular tourist site, and you can say, yes, sign me up for that one. And then that way we can have, Darcy says I do. Awesome. That way we can have our own little group. So you see, the weather's quite nice. People are in shorts and t-shirts, which is nice because it's cool down. All right. So I'm going to end the broadcast there. I'm running low on battery anyways. So YouTube takes up a lot of battery. I see a lot of likes. Thank you guys for all the likes. Much appreciated. If you like what you see, do hit the like button. Do leave a comment that helps with the algorithm. And maybe we can rebuild our Periscope community here on YouTube, which would be quite nice. I need a lot of YouTube subscribers anyways. I think I need another 1,000 subscribers. Otherwise, YouTube will not be happy with me. So if you like what you see, be sure to subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.